Hey guys, Harry here. Welcome to SS Multimedia. Today we'll be talking about decimal place values. So I trust you know what a place value is. It's the place of a number. So that might sound confusing, but this is a 3-digit number, so it has 3 place values. For example, the first place value is the ones place, and the 5 here represent 1 times the number in the ones place, which is 5 in this case. So 1 times 5 equals 5. So this 5 represents 5. This 10 equals 7 times 10, which is 70. And then over here, we have the hundreds, which is 5 times 100, which equals 500. So, yeah, those are the positive place values. This is the positive. This is not the negative. It's, this is before the decimal point. This is after the decimal point. This is the decimal point. And the first one after the decimal point is the tenths, because it's the number in this place times 1/10. And yeah, that's it. And 1/10 times 1 equals 1/10. And over here, we have the hundreds place, which is 1 times 100ths. 1 times 1/100ths. So we have like this, and we get this for this one. We get 1/100ths for that. That's what this is representing. I made this one so it was easier to understand, but this could be like any number. Yeah. So imagine if this was a 5, it would be 5 times 1/10, which would equal 1/10 times 5 equals 5/10, or if you want to simplify it, equals 1/2. And then for hundredths, if we multiply, if this was like 2, not 2, that's good. 2 times 100, 1/100ths equals 2 100ths, or 1/50th. And that's it. So now on to the practice time. This is practice. I'm going to do these problems, and you're going to watch me solve them and learn how to solve these problems. So in just a few minutes, you can learn how to solve them by yourself. So for number 1, we have, what's the value to the 3 to the right? So there's the 3 in this is in the tenths place. So it should be this number times 1/10, right? Which equals, what does it equal? 3/10, because it's multiplying the top. If you remember, if you want to multiply 3 times, if you want to multiply a whole number times a fraction, you have to multiply the top of the numerator, and with that you get 3/10, and yeah, that's what it equals. So what's the value of it is 3/10. So same thing for over here. This is number 1. It's also in the tenths place. You multiply that by 1/10, which is easy, so this is 1/10. So for number 3, this is the hardest one. It has, what's the value of 4? The 4 to the right. And the only 4 here is in the thousands place. So that's really big. that's, yeah. It goes on forever. Like, in this one, it has the 10,000th place, then the 100,000th place, then the millionth place, and the billionth place, and the trillionth place, and the quadrillionth place. So, sorry, I skipped a lot, but you get the idea. It doesn't go in order. But, thousands is this one, and 4 times 1, 0, 0, 0, and that's really small, equals 4 1 zeros, zeros, zeros. And then with that, we can simplify that to 500. Looks like a 6. It's not. Let's erase that. Get 500. 500 halves, or 2 500ths, and with that we get 1 250th. Yeah, and that's what equals 1 250th. And let's move on to practice time. So this is problem time. It's the part where you pause the video on your own and do these by yourselves. I'm going to check the answer with you in a few seconds. But yeah, make sure once you do these problems on your own, don't post your answer down below, like your actual answer. For example, this one could be, I'm not sure, random answer, 1 billion. Don't put 1 billion in the comment. If you got this one right, 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 it would be a 3 out of 3. If you got only like 2 right, it would be 2 out of 3. And if you only got 1 right, it would be 1 out of 3. And I hope you got all, if you didn't get all of them right, you would do 2 out of 3. Yeah, so make sure to do that. Or just comment how we could do better on our videos. That would really help. And let's do the answers. Here we go. So number 1 will be, it's valued to the 9 to the right. So this is in the 100th place. So 1/100ths times 9 equals 1 9/100th. And 2, it's kind of a trick question because this 0 is not needed. If you know that, this 0 doesn't even really exist because it's on the end, and zeros on the end are just 0. So for example, if we were to multiply this 0 times 1 1,000th, because this is the 1,000th place, you would get 0, because 0 times anything equals 0. We'll leave that by with the identity property. Or wait, 0 property. Sorry, messed that up. But since the 0 is not needed, we only really focus on these 2. So this one is in the 10th place. So 4 times 1/10 equals 4/10. And that simplified is 2/5. So 2 is 2/5. I should underline these. And 3 is what's the value to the 6 to the right? 6 is in the end. It's in the 100th place. So 1 times 100, 1 1/100th times 6 equals 6 1/100ths. And that simplified is 3/50ths, and we get 3/50ths for our final answer. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in future videos.